Stop chasing. Y'all get on here. Y'all get on here. Y'all get on here. How you feeling? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? Let me know where y'all chiming in from. Look, today was a solid day, yo. Today was a solid day. Let me know where y'all chiming in from, and let me know like what y'all trading day was like. Like how did y'all make out? All right, Doop, hit that like button. That's all I need you to do for me. Listen, I'm gonna kick this off with the disclaimer. Okay, I am not a financial advisor. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, I'm on here. We vibing. All right, it's not advice. I'm sharing things that I see. You're being entertained by it, and any decision that you make is because you're deciding to make that decision with your own brain, right? By any means are you doing it because of me. You're doing it because you did your own research, your own due diligence, and then you decided, hey, this is a good trade to get in. All right, so I just want to get that out the way. How y'all feeling? Doop! Get on in here. Alchemist, what up, man? Zoe, how you feeling? How you feeling, Zoe? Joy, how you feeling over there? Good to see you. Yes, hit that like button. Doop! One time, that's all I need. George, how you feeling, man? Miss Fruitful, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, Miss Fruitful. I'm feeling good. I just did a little. I made a little video for y'all. I made several videos in this one drive. So I did a freestyle video for y'all, right? Because we about to get that 100 reviews, right? We 3 away from that 100 reviews. All right. So once we get that, I'm gonna drop that for y'all. I probably won't put it on YouTube. I'm gonna put it in the group. That's gonna be some TPC only stuff. All right. Some stuff got to just be our business. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie. Like you know what I mean? Like we here on YouTube, right? It's we're sharing the levels and all that stuff. But some stuff got to just be family business. You know what I'm saying? So that's family business. I'll share that for y'all a little bit later once we hit that milestone. All right. I also shot another video just talking about the times that we're in. That'll probably go out sometime a little bit later, today. But the video I'm posting once I get off live is the Greek video, which is really, really going to help you guys out. Got it edited up, through the visuals in there. I think this is really going to help you guys understand specifically what Greeks are, so that when you're going and choosing your options contracts, you can go in confidently and know exactly why you're getting the specific contract that you're getting. All right. Let's see. 9-4 from SATX. Was that San Antonio? Shout out to San Antonio. All things Reese. How you feeling? Tina from Greensboro. How you doing out in Greensboro today? How you feeling, Tina? He said, "Funny market making me listen, man." Y'all saw I posted that little GIF. Patience, grasshoppers. Okay. This time is going to train your patience. If you can just embrace that, man, y'all gonna be some masterful traders, right? Whenever you're learning to trade in a difficult market, when the market stabilizes, it's gonna feel like it's on easy mode. All right. We got Tennessee in the building. How you feeling? You said you missed Google? Man, y'all, we caught a banger on Google. We caught 50. Somebody in the chat, how long did it take us to get Google? I'm not talking about how long we waited for it. I'm talking about from the time that we got into taking profits. What was it, like 30 seconds? 30 seconds? Maybe a minute? I don't think it was a minute, y'all. I don't think it took a minute for us to get 50% on Google. It says, is it MEM 8330? MEM, okay. First day. Hey, y'all, everybody shout out to MYM. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I don't know if it's MEM or my something else. But y'all, shout out to them. Y'all go say what's up. Give them a warm welcome. Give him or her a warm welcome. But yeah, it's great to have you. We're gonna go over some levels. We're gonna look at some things that we see forming in the market, and then we're gonna make a decision from there. All right. So welcome. These lives, I'm telling you, they be hitting. All right. Natalie, how you feeling? QTZ, what's going on? What you got going on today, Natalie? How was your market? Did you catch Google? QTZ, did you catch Google either? Nah, for sure, though. You know I gotta make sure you good. Ozone Oso in the building. What up, man? Miss Fruit, he's like, I can't wait like that. You said you can't wait. You said you must stay in the house. Good afternoon from the. There we go. Sugar Street Sweets. What up? Hey, I like that name. What you own? Do you own a business? Is that the name of your business? Do you sell like snacks and stuff like that? I like to know who I'm talking to. It said I agree. Some things just for TP. Exactly, Tina. You know what I'm saying? We can't talk about everything. We not gatekeeping levels and stuff, but like some, you know what I'm saying, some of the little, some of the things we talk about, you gotta be in the family and understand what you know. It ain't for everybody. Family business. All right. No, for sure, Tina. For sure. Y'all gonna really like that one when I post it. I'm literally probably like maybe an hour after I get off of here or half hour I'll post it and y'all will see it in the group. Shit, maybe even right after I get off, honestly, because it's already edited. I just gotta, go through the whole YouTube scheduling. Caught Tesla this morning for $880. Beautiful. Ooh, we love that. We love a close to $1,000 day. Yeah, we love that. Stoic, what up, man? How you feeling over there? KDH, what up? What up? We got Ant in the building. What up? How you feeling, brother? James, what's going on, man? Ash in the building. Ash Cash, how you feeling? You said you miss Google, but beautiful. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna hit him with the beautiful trades. IWM was a monster too. I caught IWM when that hit. Anybody else catch IWM? That put. Like Keisha from the Discord. Okay, yeah. I remember you saying you made cakes and stuff like that. Okay. I don't know why I thought your name was different on YouTube, but okay, I got you now. I got you, Keish. All right, like that was in response to you dropping the rap. Hold on, what did you say? You said what was in response to me? Must stay in the house. You said stop. I can't. Oh yeah, I got you. I'm a. It'll probably hit today that we'll have 100 reviews, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in the Prosperity Collective. Y'all listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? Y'all probably seen this in some of my videos, but it's so important to like have a creative outlet and to do things that you love to do, whether it's supporting your whole life or whether it makes you no money at all, right? It doesn't have to be judged. It doesn't have to be, and a lot of you know this, but there's some people that sit on their talents and their passions because they're so preoccupied with surviving life. And man, I know y'all got some beautiful gifts out there that are waiting to just be, shared. Somebody is like, impacted or inspired by something that you may say, do, write, create, draw, cook. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that you do, it's like, do it. And don't be afraid that when you feel the inkling to just share it, right? You don't need no validation. I said that in my shorts today. You don't need no validation. You don't got to get nobody to be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. You don't got to get no likes. You got to just connect with what you're doing and feel like you have a place in this world to share, with everybody else. That's going to give you so much energy, right? For those who are already doing it, you know what I mean. But it's going to give you so much energy and such a zest for life that it's going to really balance you out. It's ultimately going to activate that right side, which is going to allow you to think better, right? When it comes to the analytical stuff. So I feel like that's one of my edges, is that people don't know that behind the scenes I do so many creative things outside of, stocks and teaching you all, this. This is definitely a huge passion of mine, but there's so many other deep creative pockets that I spend a majority of my day in, which just allows me to just, just be light, easy, and have fun. So I had to share that with y'all. That was on my heart today to share. All right, let's see. We said almost messed up on Google, but came out. All right, there we go. There we go. You made it through. I'm usually picking up my grandson when you go live when I'm home. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad to have you, Keisha. Glad to have you on the live. Looks like Tesla is resting at that trend line. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in just a second, Natalie, because we might have an opportunity to to get into that, and we may take it a little bit further out. It just kind of depends. Like definitely caught that IWM a few. Yeah, IWM is just like it's an ATM in every direction. You know what I mean? You go get money up out of it and move on. Did not hear you today. Don't know what the problem was. You couldn't hear me today. That's strange, man. Yeah, we was on there. I was, well, not we, but I was on there, just walking everybody through the Google Play. And I got off shortly after we took profit on Google. So I'm not sure if you joined late or what, but if you ever can't hear, definitely reach out or write it in the chat so we can get it resolved. Big Sean said I'm about to tap in real soon. Hey, there we go, Big Sean. There we go. We gonna be here when you're ready, man. We're gonna welcome you with open arms to the Prosperity Collective. I'm telling you, it's a fam in there, man. It's a fam in there. All right. Candy, how you feeling over there? Learn to love your story. What up? What up? What up? Dr. Natalie, how you feeling? Are you at work right now, Dr. Natalie? I remember you saying something about like you had a remote day on Wednesday or something like that. Wise, what it do, man? You said smack spy and oh, you said you. Oh, I thought you said you smack spy and smack IWM, but you said IWM smacks you. Damn. Did you at least close in the green? Natalie, you said you couldn't hear either. Why y'all ain't say something? I also don't know how some people can hear, but some people can't. I don't know if that's an issue on our end or if it's just like the individual. Cause I heard somebody else say one time they messaged me. They was like, I could hear you the whole time, but I couldn't hear Isaiah. Not today, but this was like a few weeks ago when we were both on. And then somebody also told me that they only heard Isaiah one time and not me, and it wasn't on one of our off days. So I'm not sure what that is. If y'all ever can't hear us, we be talking. Sometimes we'll go silent if we're locked into a play or something like that. But for the most part, we on there talking. So if y'all can't hear us, definitely restart your computer, log out of your Discord, and log back in because we don't want you to miss a beautiful play like Google, y'all. We caught 50% in less than a minute. Hey, Wonder, what up, bro? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. He's like Tycoon Traders. I was a few seconds late and got cooked on the Google Play, but it's all good. Ah, man. Yeah, we gotta. So look, y'all. When I'm saying I'm loading, y'all gotta remember when I'm loading, that's me. I'm loading the chamber, right? I'm getting ready to have. I'm getting ready to enter. I'm not entering right then, but I got everything ready so that all I got to do is hit the button, right? So if you do that, you will be fine, right? Just follow my lead. I'm not gonna lead y'all astray. I'm not, what I'm saying? I'm not taking bogus, plays. I'm gonna do something that's been vetted, and we got the levels already set, right? It broke the level. It did what it was supposed to do. Stoic said, "I'm at work, learning and earning." There we go. There we go. Dr. Nally said, she said, yes. So you at home chilling, huh? There we go. Well, it's good to see you on the live. Glad you were able to catch one. Let's see. I think this is your second. I think you were here last time. It was going in and out. Okay. All right. Well, we gotta figure that one out. Miss Fufu. Is there a way to reset the Discord? I had an issue today. Yeah. Can you can you access Discord, Big D? Because like you're saying reset it on our end, or are you trying to figure out how you can reset it? Like shoot me a message and let me know what's going on. I'll see if we can work through it. Like I do that next time. Okay, cool. The last sound I heard was during the Google Play. Yeah. After the Google Play, after I took profits, we wound up getting off because everything was kind of like flat in the market. I didn't see a whole lot of movement, and then later, I think Isaiah jumped in. I and just kind of sent text and made a video about IWM. So a lot of people caught that as well. Right, there's no continuation in this market, so you have that 100%, Natalie. You right on the. That's exactly something that I was going to talk about today too. Absolutely, we not in that. We not in the market right now where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. Like that first target, and even sometimes before the first target, if we're seeing like a major like resistance, okay, people are taking profits. I don't know if you've noticed, but this past, I mean, we've had, I mean, today was a 50% play, so today's not a good idea. We got 50% today, but a lot of the plays have been like 25%, right? They haven't been as big as some of my normal plays because of that particularly, right? We gotta get what we can because and it's not like we're taking weird plays, right? When I say get what we can, I mean like even on the high probability setups, they're not going all the way to like 2 second and third target. Like first target might be all you get before a consolidation or a pullback, and then it goes up there. But yeah, you see the green, take it, right? Double digit green, take it. I was here last time, and I'm trying to catch parts of these when I can in between other meetings. Well, I appreciate you, Natalie. I feel like you on it. You working, trading. We should see some payoff soon. Um, they have to log off and then log back in. Yeah, yeah. Y'all try that for y'all Discord. Y'all try that for the Discord and see if that helps. But yeah, y'all should be able to hear me clearly because like I said, it was several people that actually caught that play. So it could definitely. I'm willing to bet that it's something on y'all end that just needs to be like fixed. Maybe a update to the app or a restarting of your computer, log out. I don't know. Something to just clear the cache. All right. Again, y'all, this ain't financial advice. Entertainment purposes only. Whatever you do is on you, your brain, your research, your due diligence. I am just here to entertain. All right. So now we about to get up in here. We about to get up in here. All right. Let's see. All right. So we are on the daily. Somebody asked earlier, was I looking at Meta? Yes, I'm watching Meta, but it's not doing what it. It's not really doing anything that I needed to do right now. All right. Palantir is still holding this bull flag, so we are continuing to watch this. Okay. It held fair value gap yesterday. It's holding fair value gap today. I'm not looking to enter it while it's in the bull flag, but I just want to keep this on y'all radar, right? Matter of fact, if you can now, if you have y'all charts, nearby or on your phone or something like that, or just in your notes, right? Just make a note to draw the bull flag on Palantir. Okay? When we break out of this bull flag, that's when we can go and fill this fair value gap here. All right? It's plenty of room to the upside. This is what we're waiting for. All right? We're waiting to get up out of here. So Palantir is solid. I love that it's holding this fair value gap. All right? That shows that it does not want to go lower. All right, let's see. Let me just go to Tesla because I know that was huge. All right. Now, Tesla is holding the trend line. Let me go to a lower time frame. It is holding the trend line, right? It's actually starting to bounce off of this trend line. If we look at it on the 2-hour time frame, it is partially inside of this gap, right? Partially inside of this fair value gap, but it is bouncing off of the trend line. All right, and this is the trend line that we drew on the daily. So this is the proper trend line. This is the proper downtrend that Tesla has been in all this time. Now, again, I told you guys, fair value gaps are a version of support and resistance. This is where we make decisions to get in and out of trades. It appears that it is bouncing at the trend line. However, it is still inside of a fair value gap. I do not like how this is closing. I'm looking at this on a 2-hour. We got about An hour and 9 minutes left in the market. I don't like how this is starting to come and threaten this trend line, right? It could definitely come in and fill this fair value gap, and we could find ourselves back inside of the of the trend line. So when I switch to the daily, yes, we are testing the trend line. However, on the daily, this kind of a wick is a little dangerous, right? This amount of momentum to the downside is a little dangerous. Nothing about this says, all right, let's swing Tesla, right? We can get more confirmation than this. Again, we're waiting for bigger moves. Like, we're looking for the greater move, not just the, oh, it's moving, we got to get in it. I promise you, if y'all can just abandon that mindset, something's moving, we got to get in it. All right, think about it like this, right? I just be cracking myself up sometimes. I don't know, yeah. All right, think about this when you're thinking about entering a trade, right? So let me ask y'all. Y'all know how I be making my little videos in the car and stuff, right? Let me flip back to y'all real quick. Y'all know how I be making my little videos in the car, right? So if I were to swing by, let's say I came to one of y'all, I don't know, Liz, Natalie, Ash, I don't know. Let's say, yeah, Stoic. I came, you know what I'm saying? A1. I came to pick y'all up. I'm like, yo, we about to go. All right, we about to go to, whatever. We about to go grab something to eat, right? If I came to pick y'all up, answer this question for me. Would you prefer that I stop and allow you to open the door and get in? Or would you prefer that I'm driving and I drive past your house and you got to run and jump in the car? Which one would you prefer? There we go, Ash. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. No, yeah, we know. Yes. I appreciate it. You right. So which one would y'all prefer? If I came to scoop y'all and we get ready to go get something to eat, would you prefer me to drive past and you gotta run and jump in the car? Or would you be better off just like me stopping and opening I might even be a gentleman for the ladies and open the door. Right? Would you prefer that? Or would you prefer when you getting scooped up for somebody they speeding past you? This is what's happening when you are trying to catch a stock. Oh, it's on the move. Let me go get it. Why are you doing that? When in life do we ever try to catch something that's moving? Now, when it stops, right? It's like, oh yeah, you could, you could take your jacket off. You could, you know what I mean? You could sit, however you get down into the car. You know what I mean? You could take your time. You might even, with my permission, might even let you adjust the stereo. You can put on whatever you want, right? But you don't get any of those privileges when you are trying to catch a moving train. All right? So we want things to come to levels, right? We want things to come to the levels that we know that are going to change that direction, right? We do not want to chase. All right? So when something is on the move, it's like we just let it go. The same with Tesla, okay? Tesla, even if it starts to like move a little bit here, we're cool because we got all of this up here. All right? We need some sort of confirmation, right? We need a close outside of here, like right at the change of a direction. So this upward movement here, it means nothing until we get a bullish close outside of this, right? And then we can take a smart move that next day and swing it up into an area. All right, so intraday trades, swing trades. If you can just remember that analogy, it's like, yo, I would never jump into a moving car. That is going to prevent you from chasing stocks. I never jump into a moving car or running. Who are you? Like are you Tom Cruise? If y'all Tom Cruise, then fine. Go take every stock that's moving. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not Tom Cruise, I'm gonna need you to wait. Right? I'm gonna need you to wait until it stops and it's at the level that you know that it's safe, and then you're gonna get in that car and you're gonna go to your destination. All right? It's time to lock in, y'all. We can't keep making these same mistakes. I'm gonna be on you. I'm gonna be on you. If you ever see me, I'm gonna be like, "What, you Tom Cruise now?" If I ever say that in the group, you already know what I'm saying. Stop chasing. Exactly. Don't perform your own stunts like Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise. All right? Be smart about this. I actually said, treat me like a lady. Like a lady. Hey, you know what's funny, yo? So knowing that that Martin is from back home, it makes all of that, it make her whole accent and everything like it's he ain't do nothing but just look at somebody from back home and like model Shanae after her. But yeah, you funny, Ash. Let's see. All right, is that making sense to y'all? We all clear? Yeah, don't be Super Dave. Yeah, no stuntmans out here. You don't need more trades, you need better trades. Exactly, Wise. That's why they call you Wise, man. That's why they call you Wise. All right? All right, let's get back to it, y'all. All right, so, well, let me just go back to Tesla real quick. So with Tesla, just so that we're clear, on the daily, we need a bullish close outside of this trend line. All right. What it did today was it literally just came up to this level right here, right? It came to this level right here and it just rejected. That's all. That's just saying, okay, it's a little expensive right there. It did come through the fair value gap. So the next push through this, we should be good. But if we can close, tomorrow, on a bullish candle, we get a strong day on Tesla tomorrow, like it does decide to bounce off of this trend line, then we can take it. Once our level is breached, once we get that confirmation close, I would be very, very interested in swinging it up to about 431. Right? Plenty of money to be made here. And that's not even the full move, right? It's not even a fraction of the full move, because we still got all of this up here say that the market sentiments change. Okay, so if we do go into a recovery market, we going into reclaim highs, we got plenty up here. But in the short term, we could catch a big bag right here in this area. All right, so just keep that in mind for Tesla. Google. Y'all, it's like when I go live, it's like for some reason that's when like everybody like, you know what, let me just call sale. All right, so let me show y'all what we did on Google earlier. All right, for those who might have missed it. It's such a beauty. And I want y'all to watch for this move right here. All right? I'm showing you this so that away from the group or whenever you're trading, you can see this. Also, when we're getting into the trade, it gives you way more confidence when I say I'm getting into something, and then you can go look at it and be like, oh, I see why he's getting into it. All right? I know it's times that I've gotten into stuff and you might not have known. You might be like, okay, well, I don't really know why he's getting into it. I want you to be at a point where if I'm getting into something, you like, oh, or if I'm a, if you see something like you like, yo, we probably should get into this because this looks like something that we would call a high probability setup. That's what the community is about. And we got people doing that now. Like y'all come on here and share, stocks that y'all want to, have analyzed. And we see it in the group as well. But this is a beautiful setup, y'all. Beautiful setup. We got a bull flag right here, right? On a 30-minute. Look at that. Upward movement. Then we got the nice little fade down. You see what I'm saying? Came right to the fair value gap. Bounced and did a 3-bar. Engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 previous sessions. All right? That is very bullish. It's one thing to engulf the previous candlestick, but when it engulfs several of the, of the candlesticks, that is showing a very bullish momentum. Okay, I don't usually love taking things into a bearish order block, but I knew that the 3-2 was coming, and I see how wide the order block is. I knew we were going to have, an opportunity to at least get partially into the order block and take profits. If you stayed in the whole time, you made a honey bun, right? If you took it to where we took it, you made 50%, right? It was about half of this candle right here. All right, so we saw the 3-2 setup, right? We saw the 3-bar, and then you see it came down. We let it come down. I was like, I told you, I was like, let's see if it pulls back a little bit. It stopped at the level, right? It bounced off that level, and then it took back off, flipped to the 2 bullish candle, rode it, got the profits. All of that happened in like 30 seconds to a minute, right? No longer than a minute for sure. So again, y'all, 3-2s on the 30-minute, 3-2s on the 2-hour, 3-2s on the daily. Some of the best setups out there. All right, especially when you get the fair value gap and order block assistance to add confluence to the trade. All right, is that making sense? Y'all clear on that? The less you trade, the more money you make. It's facts. It's facts. Like, can you clarify entering below and above support resistance versus at? Never mind. You understand? All things Reezy. If you don't, it's fine. I can go over. That's what we're here for. I don't want you to ever, feel like you can't ask a question, or that question might, be, some people get insecure about asking certain questions. It's like, listen, that's the reason I'm here. All right, so we can go over it if it's something that you're not clear on. But if y'all tell me y'all good on something, I'm always gonna move on. All right, so let's see. What else did I want to look at? AMD. Where LaRue at? AMD's. Where LaRue at? LaRue said something about AMD coming to 170. She must have been being funny. Cause she was like, she said something about AMD just need to come to 170. And for a second, I was like, hold up. Did AMD fall? I went to look at it, and I'm like, yeah, it's still in the 200. She must have been trying to be funny. But yeah, if it come to 170, we'll catch that way before that happens. But I thought somehow the market just like cranked out on us. Let's see what NVIDIA is looking like, and let's go to a higher time frame. You know what? I actually do like NVIDIA. Range. Let me see something real quick. Okay, that might not be the best on the week. Tomorrow's Thursday. There's a lot of contracts coming in for NVIDIA puts, which is why I'm interested. You got it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Let's look at SoFi, y'all. SoFi, I'm liking. Ooh. Hey y'all. So we got 2 days left. We got 2 days left in the market. We got 2 days left in the market. If SoFi closes like this on the weekly, I'm interested in calls. I would love for SoFi to not break out and come down to this area like about $13. If it came down to that, the explosion would be so crazy once it broke out of this trend line. That's what I would love to see. That's what I would love to see. I'm going to actually draw another trend line on SoFi as well, because again, I told you guys there can be multiple trends happening at one time, showing different trajectories, and having both of them on there can give you what I like to call sweet spots, right? So because of the overlay, you see like a little sweet spot. So when you do an overlay of a trend, right? So we still connecting 2 points. These fair value gaps, right? You see, that's like a sweet spot right there. It take you right there. So when we break out of SoFi, this is what we're initially aiming for. This area, these fair value gaps right here. All right. With the trend, and y'all can record this, take notes, range, whatever y'all want to do. You're going to see when it breaks out that it's going to come here, and this is going to be where it has a major rejection. Right? This is it's going to make a major decision right here. It doesn't mean that it's going to stop it from going up, but in the moment when it hits this sweet spot right here, it's going to reject pretty hard. But that's where we'll be taking profits in this area. All right? So once we break out of this trend right here, right? This is the other slope that crosses over this fair value gap. So this is another, like I said, this is another point that we will be taking profits. All right? I'm telling y'all, the friend line. All right, the trend is your friend. The trend line is the friend line. It's always going to let you know what's what. Go look at all my charts. Go look at every live. You always see it bounce, reject, move. It's always happening at the trend line, right? A break of it means change of direction, right? We going in a different direction, and it's probably going to be in that direction for quite some time. All right. Okay, Netflix game. I think Netflix might be at my level. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Netflix is. I might swing Netflix, y'all. I might swing Netflix, y'all. So I want to see how it bounces right here. But really, I mean, this would be ideal. 93.70. If it closes anywhere like in this area today, I'll probably swing this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks really good. Yes, we would like to see a break of it, but with um with the interest in Netflix, if we start bouncing in this area right here in the next 50 minutes, um I'd be very interested in swinging this, and my target would be up here at 101, and I believe that could happen tomorrow. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. It's holding this fair value gap on the weekly. Yeah. If we get a bounce, I'd be very interested in swinging Netflix, y'all. I'm gonna be watching that closely. He's like, you can explain it, please, sir. Okay. Um, so okay, your question was, can you clarify entering below, above support resistance versus at? Okay, I got you. How about Oracle, Marcel? Can we look at that for a swing? Yeah, I'll look at Oracle in a second, Joy. Uh, how far out will you swing? I'll probably get Netflix out about another 3 weeks. Um, you said bullseye signal Netflix? Let me see. Let's see. Where you see that at? Where you see that at, Ash? Hood, silver. Ooh, look at Amazon. I might have to go look at Amazon. That has a 75% probability. Oh, Netflix. Okay, the confidence is about 55%. Um, yeah, yeah, that could support it. Let me go look at Amazon real quick though. Amazon got a nice, and that's for today too. Oh, hey yo, I'm about to take Amazon. This is a hold on real quick. I want to see something real quick because this might be an intraday trade right here. We might be able to get in and out of this before the. We might be able to. Don't tell me it's on the 30. Let's see. We might be able to get in and out of Amazon. Yeah. See what's happening. Let me see something real quick. Yep. This a tight play right here, yo. So what's going to happen here is like we're going to see a 3 come up and retest its fair value. It's about 15 minutes left. I actually like this a lot. Let me see something. I like this a lot, yo. Y'all give me 1 second, okay? I think we might be able to take this one. And I ain't forget about you, 94. I got you in a second. Um, all things Reese or Reese. Just give me 1 second. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think I'm gonna take this, y'all. So Amazon, I'm loading Amazon calls. Um, I'm gonna get the weeklies, right? And I'm actually gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take this here, y'all. I'm taking the 212.50s, and I'm gonna walk y'all through why. All right. So I'm taking the Amazon 313 calls 212.50s. All right, and I'm gonna walk y'all through why. Got a beautiful setup on this. Just need that. Need that to finish in a 3. Yeah. All right. All right, solid. You said around 11 a.m. Got a honey bun on Amazon earlier. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is a nice joint. And I think Netflix is cool too. But I really like this just like over the next to close the day. I got 313. I'm gonna let you guys know. Literally, this should pan out like over the next 15 minutes. And we'll decide like what to do with it like within that time period. But I did take that. All right. All right. I'm back. You see, okay. How far are you swinging? Yeah, we'll look at Oracle. Okay, so all things Reese, right? So what I'm talking about in terms of when I'm talking about like support and resistance and stuff like that, I'm typically using fair value gaps as support, right? So let me switch over. Fair value gaps is typically the support. All right. So you see how this is like rejecting off of this right here. So firstly, Reese, what you want to do is you want to turn on fair value gaps on your trading view. Turn on fair value gaps by Nephew Sam. All right, and that's for anybody. If you said you went to nice. Okay, yeah, Amazon call. Yep. So what you want to do is you want to turn on fair value gaps by Nephew Sam, right? So you go right here to the indicators tab, right? Go to the indicator tab, and then you just want to type in FVG, and then like Nephew Sam, right? That's not it. FVG, and then you see Nephew Sam is the first one pop up. Click that, add that to your trading view. All right. You also want to have order block detector by Lux Algo. Okay, so you just go to again indicator, and then you type in order block detector Lux Algo. It's the second. Excuse me. Add that to your list, right? Add that to your trading view. This is going to allow you to have these things on your chart so that you can see precisely where we're taking entries and where we're exiting, right? I just used the example of what the new novice trader is thinking. It's like, oh, I see something moving, I want to go catch it, right? The more advanced trader is like, okay, when something has created a setup that I like, I'm then going to position myself once it decides that it wants to go into that new direction. All right? We don't want to catch it on the move. We want it to stop the same way you would want a car to stop and let you in. All right? We got to stop looking at the market as this vicious place and look at it as a friendly place, the same way the universe is. It's like whatever we project onto the universe or the market is what it will be. That's how we will see it. But if you see it as oh, if I just flow with it, it'll support me. It'll give me what I need. All right? Somebody tell me what we up on Amazon right now. I'm not looking at it right now. All right? So, again, when the fair value gap is on, one thing you just need to understand, Reese, is that the beginning of the fair value gap, so if we're going up, the beginning of the fair value gap is typically going to be a place where people take profit, right? So a decision is made at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the fair value gap. That is typically when people are taking profits, getting out of trades, etc. Right? So you just want to make sure that you have these on so that you can do it from there. And typically, like I know we're taught like, okay, support and resistance is an exact number. And anybody that's been trading, anybody that's in the group can let you know, like, it don't always work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't always work like, okay, it come down to an exact level and then get in. It's like, no, sometimes it will come into an area. This is why it's important to have your order blocks on, because when you have your order blocks on, you can see the area that it's coming down into, and you can, acknowledge the reversal signal that you get from a single candle inside of that, that order area, whether it's a bearish order block being red, right? So I'll show you whether it's a bearish order block that's red. See if we can find a bearish order block on here. Right? So if you see these things right here, these are bearish order blocks, right? The order blocks are going to stretch all the way across your chart, okay? The fair value gaps are just going to show up in the areas in which they were created, right? So this fair value gap was created because, we got a fair value gap is a 3 candle sequence where the 1 candle and the 3 candles wicks create what's called an inefficiency area, okay? So buyers and sellers were not in an efficient battle during this time. Buyers were kicking their ass. So that's where the gap is created. When the buyers kick the seller's ass and it creates an inefficiency where it's not like an even exchange or a close to even exchange in the amount of buyers and sellers that are present at a given time, it creates this inefficiency, which is a fair value gap. Again, in a 3 candle sequence, the wick of the 1 candle, the top wick of the 1 candle, and the bottom wick of the 3 candle, not to be confused with this 2 up candle on the strat. I don't want you to look at that. That's only showing that number because we have the strat method on. But the 1 candle is the first candle in that upward sequence. So this wick and this wick create the fair value gap. You'll notice that the fair value gap is where the decisions are being made, right? So when these come down, they tend to bounce around the fair value gap. If they break into this fair value gap, the next point that they're going to go to is typically 50% of the fair value gap. All right? Notice here, when it came down, what did it do? What is that right there? Y'all tell me, what is that? What is that wick right there? 50% of the fair value gap. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what happens. All right? It'll test the top, and then it'll break into it, and then it goes to 50% of the fair value gap. If it breaks 50% of the fair value gap, it wants to come and fill the whole fair value gap. And then when it fills the whole fair value gap, it's now about to make a decision about whether it wants to go and take out or approach the next fair value gap down. All right? So beginning, middle, and end of fair value gap are good profit-taking points. All right? Bearish order blocks are good entry points for puts when there is a reversal signal and a confirmation. Bullish order blocks are good entry points for when there is a bullish confirmation and a bullish reversal. All right? When you cut these on, you listen to these lives, you soak up the knowledge in the group, you're going to continue to understand exactly where to get in. It's not hard, y'all. It's only, you got to continue to hear it a little bit more. You got to continue to hear it a little bit more. It's going to sink in. It's sunken in for so many people. You said, but let's sell confirm. It says, is Amazon going to be a swing trade? I would love to get out of it before the day's over. That's why I said, somebody tell me how much we up right now. You said, please, what profit target? I would like to see Amazon get to 213.21, right? But we also don't have to get all the way there. We'll see what our profit is in about 5 minutes, and we'll keep checking in with it. All right, but it's forming this three candle, this 3 bar candle, and we're essentially catching that. All right, and then on the daily, it will be closing in a 3 bar as well, which means that tomorrow could be a full two. But the thing is, this is okay. When I look at the daily, it's a three. It's a 3 down on the daily though. Yeah, so it would be ideal to get out of this prior to the day closing. Let me see how much we're up on this right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're currently up 4%. So we're currently up 4%. Um, like I said, 213 would be nice. $213 would be ideal. Yeah. Yeah, 213 would be ideal. That should give us about a 10% scalp. Again, I would be interested in swinging this overnight. The only reason that I wouldn't want to is because when I look at this 3 bar, it's a bearish 3 bar on the daily. Let me look at the 4 hour. But then again, then the 4 hour got to fail 2D though, so we possibly could swing this, y'all. Give me 1 second. We might have a little swing situation. Let's see where we at. Okay, we're still at 4%. You know what, y'all? We'll check back. We'll check back with this in like 5 minutes. All right, we'll check back in with like in about 5 minutes. I want to see if it can push to 213, and then I want to see what it does from there. But I do like it on the 4 hour. And it's starting to push a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we'll check back in just a second. All right, said 3%. What view are you looking at? Mine shows Amazon on the 2 failed up. I'm looking at the 4 hour. She said, what about Netflix? Did it come down to that level? Okay, Netflix is in. It's not quite. I really wanted Netflix like around like 93.73. Um, We'll have to see. I'll give more insight about Netflix because Netflix would be more of a swing. So I'll give more insight about Netflix when we get a little bit closer. So like, like 1242 somewhere around there, we could see where it's sitting, and we'll confirm a swing. Um, all right. All right, so somebody has some questions like that. Will I be able to rewatch this? Yeah, absolutely. All my lives are stuck to my page, huh? So you can always come back and look at it. What view are you looking at? Yes, I'll answer that. 3%. What is the strat indicator that you have on? So I use the strat indicator it's called Strat Assistant. All right. So Strat Assistant. All right, y'all. How much are we up in Amazon now? Because we're approaching that 213 for take profit. Let me go look. All right, we might be able to take profit here at 10%, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Let me see exactly where it's at. Not quite there. We're up 6%. If we can just get this little push right here. There we go. We should get the push right here, y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take profit here at 6%. I'm gonna take profit here at 6%. We should be getting a push, but again, I don't wanna okay, so it's pushing a little bit. I don't want to stay in this too long. So the 213, has it hit 213 yet? Not quite. The way that it's behaving, I'm not sure if we get the 213. We might. All right, it's pushing. All right, it looks like we may get it. 7%. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. All right, I'm taking profit here, y'all. I'm taking profit at 10%. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. We did this right here on live, y'all. Right here on live. Beautiful trade. Perfect. Out of there. Perfect. Who caught that with me? Who caught that with me? All right. So that's just a little bonus for y'all. All right. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. And the only reason that we didn't stay in longer, I just want y'all to understand something. This was on me. I knew we were going to be able to get this in the short term, but the only reason that I'm not going into swinging this is because of this right here, y'all. Is because of this right here. This. Oh, my fault. Y'all can't see it. Hold on. This right here. This 3 down. So this is a bearish engulfing right here. All right. It is inside of an order block. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Amazon could go crazy to the upside tomorrow, but I don't want to have y'all in something that technically is a bearish sentiment. So it is in an order block, which means that, I'm sorry, oh, you know what? No, this is not even an order block. I'm tripping. Yeah, so yeah, exactly what I'm saying. This is a bearish engulfing. It's sitting in a fair value gap. And it's also sitting where? At 50% of this fair value gap. So this could mean that it wants to bounce and go up, right? Or it can mean that it wants to continue, downward, right? We caught, I would say, probably the max move to the upside because it's going to start taking on, like this bearish engulfing. I wouldn't be surprised if we came down pretty substantially tomorrow. All right, 213. Like I said, that was the best move. We got it, and we got out. Was able to scalp a little bit of, a little bit of cash before the day was over. And I would have swung this, like I said, if it had a better setup on the daily. But the 2 hour was really cool. You know what I mean? We got the reversal, right? Rode it right up to the fair value gap. All right, easy money. All right, and it's starting to break in a little bit more. So it may decide that it wants to fill, half of the fair value gap, like I just said, or maybe the full amount. We don't know, but we took a safe entry and exit. So we're not really too concerned about it right now. All right, but now I'm going to switch over to Netflix because I think I may want to take this on a swing. Let's see. Let me look at it on the 2 hour. Yeah, so it's filling this fair value gap right here. Let me see something. Yeah, y'all. See, this this is where I would want to get it. And I'm probably not gonna take Netflix, y'all. Even though it still may bounce, I wanted it right here. And I gotta be a man of my word. I can't take something that's not what I want. It don't always got to be exactly to the T what you want, but this is a little higher than I wanted. I wanted it to come down here, and I wanted to see a reaction off of this bullish order block rate. So since we're not getting that, I'm not going to mess with it. So let me just shrink this so you guys can see the full picture. All right. What I was looking for was like a bounce off of this order block, and then we break out of this flag, right? I was looking for a bounce out of this order block right here that overlaps with the fair value gap, and then we break out of the flag, and then we go up to 101, maybe 103, right? But I'm not getting that. And again, we could bounce, but I just don't want to. I don't want to take the risk of it not, having all the confluences that I need to see in the stock. So we just gonna leave it at that. We do got a little bit of time though, so submit anything that y'all want to see. I know Joy said she wanted to see Oracle. Let me see if Oracle has the opportunity for us to take a swing. Let's go look at that. All right. Again, y'all, we're not gonna waste time in anything that doesn't have a clean setup. So if it's not super clean to us, then we don't need to waste our time with it. All right. Okay. Oracle could go do a gap fill tomorrow. Big play on earnings. It's a fail to up. It came all the way up and it filled the fair value gap. Again, y'all, pay attention because it's always at these fair value gaps that decisions are made. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this randomly. Go look at your charts. It's important to turn these on. You'll see that these fair value gaps are where decisions are made. It pumped on the day, and then it hit this fair value gap right here. It closed the first one, and it got through 50% of the second one, pushed down. We have a fail to up, which we know is a reversal signal. We have this gap right here to fill, so this is not a bad put swing. This is not a bad play to the downside. However, I'll leave you guys with this. It is outside of the wedge, right? So it did break outside of the wedge. It is not safe territory to enter puts, even though we got a gap up and we got a push down today, right? We got a reversal, right? We're closing lower than what we opened. yes, it's still a green day. You can still have a green day if it closes lower than what it opens. And the reason is because a gap up. So a gap up is the only scenario where something can close lower than it opens and it still be a green day. All right. Just for those who may be a little bit confused, because you might be thinking about a red candle is supposed to be one that closes, like below, and that's supposed to mean like a bearish day. No, sometimes you can have a green day and it close bearish. It closed with a bearish candle. So this is a bearish reversal candle, but again, I don't feel comfortable trying to anticipate slow momentum in a gap fill when we're outside of this. So even though we came down, what this is just people taking profits. But there's a whole nother wave of people that will be entering to the upside simply because we broke out of this wedge. So I'm not comfortable trying to play it to the downside. Now, if it comes to the downside and fills the gap, great. Then I'd be very excited about getting into it to the upside. But I'm not going to try to chance Oracle to the downside after this mass breakout right here. That wouldn't be smart. All right, how you look to see your swing setups. So Reese, the way I look for swings is I need three confluences, right? I need to see something changing directions, right? I need to see, and that change of directions could be a fail 2D, it could be a fail 2 up, it could be something that is sitting at the edge of a Bollinger Band, right? Something that is at an extreme. It could be something that's at the bottom of a trend line and then finally crossing over that trend line. I just need to see something that's telling me that it's changing directions, all right? That's one thing. I also need to see it saying that it's changing directions at a major support level, which would be an order block or a fair value gap. All right. If I can get a reversal signal at an order block or a fair value gap, or coupled with like it having ended a trend, right? That's two confluences. And then if I can see some, if I see volume coming into it, right? If I look at order flow, or I go to the Bullseye or the Trade Flow app inside of the Prosperity Collective, and I see, oh, that has flow coming into it, that's a third confluence. All right. And those confluences are if I'm entering on that one reversal signal. It's even better if you can get the confirmation the next day with a reversal signal and then a confirmation, meaning a higher high and a higher low. If you're getting a confirmation to the downside, you need a lower low and a lower high. All right. So those are the things that I look for. Look through my videos. In the amount of time that we have, left on this live, I can't fully break down every single thing, but that was the gist of it. I'm not sure if you're a part of the Prosperity Collective, but come in there and ask questions. If not, ask me questions on one of my YouTube videos, and I can do a more in-depth response. But I do want to make sure that we get around to some of these other ones. I was with you on that. Don't leave green on the table. Exactly. Just made your lunch money back. There we go, Wise. That's what I love to hear. Snipe it again. There we go. Yep. It was just a little extra. You know what I'm saying? Something that we got. We wasn't even expecting that, but we saw it, took it, and now we on about our business. All right. So what did y'all want to see? Adobe. Doop. Hey, yeah, definitely, Jamie. Hey, tell him, Jamie. Tell him hit that like button. I'm giving out bangers. I'm giving out wisdom. Please don't be in this live without having hit the like button at least, please. That's all I ever ask, y'all. All right, let's look at Adobe. This is not bad. This is not bad. I'm not gonna signal it, but it's not bad. I'm not gonna signal it though. But it is not bad. We got the the one inside candle. It's rejecting off this fair value gap right here. I'm sorry, bouncing off of this fair value gap right here. It's in a bull flag formation. I'll go ahead and draw the bull flag so that you guys can see it clearly. Right? It's in a bull flag formation. So yeah, we could see a nice little pump. Again, for those who need to understand how to measure a potential target, right? We already know how to take targets with the fair value gaps and stuff like that. But when we see bull flags, you can also use the distance that the bull flag, went up. So you can use the bullish pole of the bull flag and you attach it to the potential breakout point. So me placing it right here is saying that I believe it's going to break out tomorrow. If it doesn't break out tomorrow, we just will adjust it down to whatever day that it does break out and make sure we bring it to touch that the trend line on that bull flag. All right, so we're going to pretend that it's going to break out tomorrow and place it right here. So if it breaks out tomorrow, we're looking at this baby coming up to the start of this fair value gap. It always works perfectly, y'all. It always sends you right to um, a specific level. Let me make sure. I want to make sure. Just want to make sure everything is drawn properly. I like to be precise. These trend lines are touching. Yeah, so it should be up slightly right there. Right there. There we go. And tomorrow would be like right there. Something like that. Yeah. There we go. All right. So it would take us right up to this fair value gap. All right. So it's always, these things are always going to connect. If we get a breakout of this would be something beautiful to watch for just intraday tomorrow. We don't have to force any swings today. Again, I'm not going to take this, but I would definitely be interested in a breakout of this bull flag tomorrow. We get a breakout of this on the 30-minute or 2-hour. We break out of here. We could see this pump at least into this fair value gap. So if we break out of the bull flag, here go the targets for y'all. Target 1, top of the bull flag, 285.20. Target 2, halfway through the fair value gap, 287.65. Target 3, full fair value gap fill, 290.90. All right? Those are the immediate targets. Again, the full direction of a bull flag breakout is going to take you all the way up to 310. But when you see this, you got to think this took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about a whole week just to form the flagpole. Another 3 days. So about this formation took about 10 days. These targets right here are something that could happen like within the first day or two. This target up here is something that is going to be usually more in line with how long something like this took. So if I'm looking to swing and catch a whole move and I see a bull flag like this, I got to swing it out like 4 weeks and beyond. At least this is like a month swing, like a 30-day swing to attempt to get to this level right here. But again, if you're swinging on a 1 to 2 week basis, the weeklies or the next weeks, you got your 3 targets right down here. And they're very reasonable. It's just the fair value gap fill after a breakout of a bull flag. Very easy to hit those targets. All right? Again, I need y'all to hit them likes for me one time. Doop! All right, we got 10 minutes left in the market. Let me see what else. Dale, AVGO. Again, if it's nothing there, I'm gonna just be like, yeah, I'm gonna look at it. Yeah. Yeah, Dale is on a bull flag breakout right now. Dale is technically on a bull flag breakout. All right. So yeah, Dell. This is, and when you see a gap, that's a part of the poll too. So yeah, Dell could go. I don't like that it's pushing down, but shit, if Dell can hold this fair value gap at 146.25 and then break above previous day highs tomorrow, we could take that. Y'all put that. Definitely make note of that. This is beautiful. I'm not gonna swing it, but we could definitely take Dell tomorrow. All right, we could definitely take Dell tomorrow. That's solid. The rejection off of this order block inside the fair value gap is testing the top of the fair value gap. It's slightly outside of the bull flag. Yeah, we can see that go. All right, we can see that go. Put Dell on y'all list for tomorrow. You down 25% on Google, thinking of cutting. Which, how you get down 25% on Google? No extender. AVGL. I get to you in a second. I'll get to you in a second, no extendo. But just let me know, how did you get down on Google? When did you enter? We made 50% on Google. We just turned around and made, 6 and 7%. Some people 5% on Amazon. Let me know when you took it. Like I said, I need to understand like what your entries are and what your sentiment was. Like why you shouldn't be down on Google. If you took the plays when we took them and got out when we got out. AVGO. I'm a pass on this. It's starting to bull flag, but it's not strong enough for me to signal a swing. But it's something to watch out for tomorrow. Just trying to get to everybody's stuff. APA. You said Adobe had earnings, or they have earnings coming up. Oh, this is a beautiful 3-2 setup right here. Yeah, this is the nice setup right here, y'all. I'm not gonna take it, but this ain't a bad one. This is a 3-2. So this is the way that I would play it. This is a smart way to play it, right? We got a 3-2 setup, not 3 going back to. We talking about tomorrow could be the 2 candle. So instead of trying to swing it, we can just let tomorrow open up. We can let it come down, and we can let it reach its low. When it finds its low tomorrow and it starts to bounce up and then it breaks through today's candle, that's when you enter. That's when it becomes a 2 candle, and you can ride that for at least 30%. All right, easy money. Easy money on APA. Don't swing it, just wait for it tomorrow. Easy money on that one. All right. So we're not swinging APA, but tomorrow we're watching for tomorrow to become a 2 candle. All right. Intel and Palantir. Let's see. Yeah, Intel. Look, I like Intel. I like Intel tomorrow above previous day highs. So tomorrow, if we can break 49, I'm into it up to about 50.27. Those levels have already been drawn. That'll be a nice little gain intraday. So a break above highs tomorrow. We can discuss it. Somebody remind me of any of these. Intel, APA. Somebody just come in the group tomorrow and just remind me to go and look at those intraday, so that we can signal that call in the Prosperity Collective. Again, y'all, if y'all not in the Prosperity Collective by now, man, like I don't know what to tell you. We gonna keep getting bangers. We're gonna keep calling plays. I think it's really something that would be good for you to be around a community of people. All right, your environment is what dictates your trajectory. We don't think so. We always think that we different. We always think that we can rise above, but there are things that are taking place on a subconscious level by being in the right company that allow you to grow exponentially. All right. So we did Intel, which I said Palantir. So yeah, the link is in the description, y'all. Go click that. Go read the reviews, the testimonials, all of that. All right. Yeah, Palantir is not quite ready. We got the bull flag drawn on it. It is bouncing off the fair value gap, but we need to see it break out first. If we can break above 160, 130, I love Palantir. All right. We just got to be patient. We don't need to force anything. All right. Apple. Damn, Apple sitting right at break even on the day. It's a nice bear flag. I'm not going to take it, but again, it's something to watch for tomorrow. And the reason I'm not taking it, y'all, is just because like we're on a. I'm not saying that I'd never take swings on a Wednesday, but I do want to kind of see how this week ends, right? We got a few little surprise moves this week, and I just want to see how this week ends. But if we can break out of this bear flag, we could have a decent little drop into this bull flag area. I mean, this bullish order block. So we just got to watch and see. But always draw your trend lines, y'all. It's important. See, we drew the bull flag right here. It broke out. You know what I mean? We drew the bear flag right here. It didn't break out, so we didn't take it. It went up. Drawing the bear flag right here, we're going to see what it does. We drew the bear flag right there. It broke out, right? So it's always important to just have your trend lines drawn so that you can see what's taking place. The more trend lines and patterns that you're able to identify, the better of a trader you're going to be, the smarter the decisions you're going to make. All right, let's see if we can get one more in, y'all. We got 2 minutes left. You said Dell is at 147.20. Damn. Fuck, yo. I'm just trying to go in order. So we're gonna do apply. IWM. I'm not gonna signal anything, honestly, y'all. I'm just gonna look at these. Yeah. Yeah, applied is not. It's not showing me nothing that's like get into this, right? We got these wicks across the day. Let me look at IWM. I mean, shit, IWM. It's closing on a failed 2D. That looks like it may want to be like a little slight bull flag. So we could see IWM jump up into this fair value gap tomorrow. Again, I wouldn't swing this. We got to see what's going on with the rest of the market. But again, you could just draw like a little flag here and just wait for a breakout, right? But it does want to come up into this fair value gap. But yeah, nothing on IWM is saying swing me right now. All right, it's not just about having like a little bit of a setup. Again, y'all, we not desperate people out here. You feel me? Y'all, if y'all here on my channel, y'all are not desperate, right? Y'all are masterful traders that wait for the best setups, and when they appear, you take them. We relax, we get the money, and we go. All right, we're not frantically getting into anything, just to get into it. So, yeah, no, we didn't catch any swings. We took a trend. If you were here earlier, we did take a scalp trade. So we took Amazon and we made like a quick between 5 and 7%. I made 7. The lowest that I saw somebody say they made was like 5%. So it was a quick little scalp. We call it a bonus because we don't always take scalps here on the live. We usually are entering swings. But we just saw an opportunity and just took advantage of it. Zay, no, we didn't enter any swings. I didn't see anything that was like, I gotta take that. All right, and again, we're not just getting in random trades. This is how we keep the statistics high. This is how we keep money in y'all pocket. And I'm trying to also lead by example, y'all. When something is not there, it's like it's like this. Why are we in a rush to put real money at stake? Look yourself in the mirror later and ask yourself that. What is it about me that is so desperate to throw money at the market that I could possibly lose, instead of waiting and keeping my money and then finding something that is way more likely for me to make money, and then I calmly enter into that trade? All right? That's the mindset that we got to get into. All right, no extendo. I see you explaining. Let me see what you're talking about, because I want to make sure that we get you right. All right? He says, I'm down 25% on Google. Okay. Da, 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 da. He said, you held the swing. Whenever, whenever I do swings, I don't pay attention, and then I end up in the negative, especially when it's a late expiration. Okay. So no extendo. What you want to do is you want to definitely pay attention to your swings, right? It doesn't mean that you have to monitor it all day long, but you do want to in this market, like so here's the thing, right? You may not be in the prosperity collective. Are you in the prosperity collective? No extendo? I'm not sure if I saw your name in there or just here on YouTube. You got an Amazon. Okay. Did you take profits on Amazon too, Trent? Because we all got up in there and we got up out of there. I'm not sure if No Extendo is still here, but um, okay, you are. Oh, okay, so you are. Okay. So I don't know if you were working or you might have been preoccupied, but we took profits on Google. We took profits on everything that we were in, and we got out green, right? Um, if you're talking about Google from today, it was not a swing. Um, I mean, not what did we take today? Yeah, was it Google? Yeah, Google. That we got 50% on. So if we don't, if I'm not saying this is a swing trade, don't hold on to it. Like get out when we get out. That's the beauty of you being a part of the community. Is like not only are you just getting the calls and the plays, but you're getting a like, yo, I'm taking profit here. Just think about that. If I'm taking profit, your community members, your friends, the family, they taking profit. We should just all be making money together. It I if I could literally go to everybody's laptop right now or phone and be like, all right, I'm getting out and I hit the button myself, I would. But y'all gotta do that. All right. So if you don't like losing money, you have to take it amongst yourself to be more attentive, especially when these plays are being handed out. If somebody giving me a money play, I'm locked in until I get my money out. I'm locked in. You feel what I'm saying? And again, I'm not picking on you or nothing like that. I'm just passionate about it, right? I want you to win. I want you to get your money. I want you to be able to succeed in this. There's no reason that you should be paying for a membership and you're not taking full advantage of it. All right, bro? So chalk it up as, a mistake, but just next time make sure that when we enter a trade, whether it's an intraday trade or a swing trade, make sure you're first clear on that. Make sure you understand exactly what we're entering and why we're entering it. And when we say that we're getting out, it's always going to be up to you whether to get out or not. But it might be a good time to start saying, you know what, maybe I'll get out too. All right? Especially in this market. Learn to love your story. Yeah, proud. We love to have you, Dr. Natalie. It's a pleasure having all of y'all. Like I said, as we continue to continue to grow and y'all continue to grow, the community just becomes that much better. All right. So Natalie said the trend lines help greatly. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So if you guys can just like really just like soak up what I'm saying, look, even if you got to run these lives back, yeah, it's an hour and a half of your time, but man, the stuff in this stuff will save you. What I'm telling y'all in these lives, what I'm telling y'all in the group, it's gonna save you. Just do it. That's it. Just do what I say. I'm not gonna tell you anything that's not going to help you. Do your learning and just layer in what I'm saying to what you're learning. You know what I mean? If you feel overwhelmed and you're having a hard time putting it all together, just slow down on the trading. You don't have to get into a trade. All right? So like on Robinhood because they have a lot of slippage. I got straight to the sell, take profit screen. I'm not sure what you're saying, Reese. Are you saying that you You saying that you got in and you got out. You went straight to the take profits screen once you got that profit. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. But yeah, y'all, hit that like button. It's been a great live. You know, we caught a little, a little bonus scalp trade. Didn't see anything that was worthwhile on the swing tip. But again, I'll be right back here tomorrow to see if there's anything setting up for us to get into. Also, if you're in the Prosperity Collective again, we live at 6:15 a.m. for an hour or so to catch scalps in the market daily. And yeah, I got a video I'm getting ready to drop right now about the Greeks. If you've been wondering about, if you ever like found yourself in a situation where the stock was going up, but for some reason your contract price wasn't going up, or you got into a trade and the stock went in a direction and you like, hold up, I should be up way more than this. If you ever found yourself in that situation, you definitely want to watch this video. All right. Again, hit that like button one time for me. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, that's all I got for today. Great live. Good to see y'all. I'm out of here. Remember, invest smart so you can live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.